I think Leola came. Yes, Leola came. I gave her a hug. First person I gave a hug. First person I gave a hug. I gave Leola a hug. She went and sat down. Rozay, me, you got matching shoes. She was wearing some, I think it looked like Louis Vuitton, but there was cheetah print. Or they were red bottoms. I seen her shoes. Hold on, y'all. Momo, I'm gonna call you back, okay? Yeah, I'm gonna call you back, okay?
Okay, I'll call you in the second call. Love you, Rosie. Bye.
All right. Okay. So, this is you looking ass. So, I gave Leola a hug. First person I gave a hug. She came with her man. She said, "This is my man." I said, "Oh." And she sat down with her and her man. They sat over there with HB now. So, and they look good together. Lily and her man look good together. They look really nice together. And so, and he was pleasant. He said hello. And so, then fast forward. Hold on, because the music throwing me off. I kept hearing my name. Before Pretty Brown Eyes showed up, I kept hearing my name. In my live, I said, and if anybody was in my live, y'all tell them in the comments so niggas know I ain't. I said, why do I keep hearing my name? Is something going on? So I look up, and I'm trying to listen, and I hear something about, I can't even tell you what I heard. I'm not even gonna sit up here and lie. I just know I kept hearing my name. But I didn't know if it was anything negative. So I was just like, I keep hearing my name. And I let it go. I ain't dwell on that. I didn't say bitches is running their mouth back. But I heard my name. I kept hearing my name. I kept hearing my name. I don't know if it was bad. I didn't, at the time, I didn't give a fuck. They're probably saying, yeah, Rozay's here. In my mind, I'm taking it as, if I'm hearing my name, they're probably saying Rozay's here. Rozay's probably sitting at that table. Rozay's sitting next to, that's what's crossing my mind. It's not crossing my mind. Nobody's talking bad about me, right? That my mind didn't go there. They probably telling the motherfuckers who's at the event, who's at the restaurant right now. That's what crossed my mind. Okay. All right, let's keep going. So, I believe at a certain point in time, I think somebody said Rozay seems distant. And I remember like kind of, huh? I'm trying to figure out why y'all think I'm being distant. So I don't know if it's a comment that's being read and they're in agreement or they're saying it on their own. So I looked up. When I looked up, HB asked me if I'm drinking. I said, no, I'm not drinking. And she was like, oh, okay. So I'm like, whatever. We at a restaurant. Whatever. Fuck it. Water off a duck's back. I don't give a fuck. I don't think I'm being distant. I feel like I'm being myself. Okay? We're at a restaurant. But anyway. So, I hear that. I don't feel like that's enough to be like, what was said? What? You said my motherfucking... It's not that deep to me. And maybe my responses is not right, okay? Because it wasn't that fucking deep to me. So, Rozay seems distant. Okay, noted. Write that in my log. They think I'm being distant, okay? They didn't say it to me, though. No one said it to me, directly to me. No one said, Rozay, you seem distant. No one said those things to me. It was never said to me, okay? I just overheard it. Am I making sense? So, I'm like, all right, whatever, fine. So, Pretty Brown Eyes ends up coming. Pretty Brown Eyes says hello to everyone. Hello, thank you for the cash app. Thank you. She says her and her friend says hello to everybody. Hi everyone. Hello. How y'all doing? Hey. I get up, full stand up. Second person to get a hug from me. First person for me to get up and hug, though. I didn't even get up to hug Leola. I just, at the edge of the bitch, hey babe. Hey Gina. I stood up and I gave my sis a hug. Hey, I'm so happy to see you. So, from there, mods, mute them. Anything negative, mute them, please. So, yes, I do makeup classes online. I do makeup courses, I do. So, what happened? I get up, I hug her. She sits down. We're talking. She's telling me how she was drunk. Matter of fact, I don't need to tell y'all the details of our conversations because I think that's what bitches want. We're talking about her ride here and our own personal shit. Had nothing to do with anybody in the room. You understand? Our personal conversation had nothing to do with anybody in the room. Had everything to do with her, me, and what we probably going to be doing next. Events, so on and so forth. Had nothing to do with anybody in the motherfucking room. I'm not even finna give y'all that, because that's what y'all want. All this shit stemmed from people not knowing what the conversations were at our table when they could have politely asked, what are y'all talking about? I believe the reason why people are feeling the way that they feel is because they came into the space trying to do MessyTok shit and nobody was on that. You see? Your guilty conscience, because you yapping on your live streams about people, whether you're joking, serious, playing, no one over here is doing that. No, not at this table. We talking about the food. What niggas finna eat. I'm confused as to when did it become a crime to whisper at a dinner table at a restaurant? Y'all riddle me that. I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to make this shit make sense to me. When the fuck did it become a crime to whisper at a dinner table at a restaurant? And if you wanted to be a part of the conversation, yes, the music was loud. And if you wanted to be a part of the conversation, why you ain't just ask? Why you ain't just join in on conversation? Why didn't you try to start conversation? You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand. I don't get it. Then a little bit later, my live views jump up. Mind you, we minding our business over at my table. We're minding our business. The live views jump the fuck up. I'm confused. I'm confused as to why the live views is jumping up. So, they in the comments, Rozay, it was just a joke. Rozay, they was joking. They was just joking. What are y'all talking about? They like, some people say in the comments, Nisha talking about you, and Nisha talking about Nina. I ain't paid them no mind. I said, ain't no way. In my head, ain't no way motherfuckers talking shit and sit right across the table from us. That's crazy. I did not believe that. So I'm just sitting there. My face changed though, because I'm reading the comments. So I went from smiling to and I'm reading. Mind y'all, numbers jump. I had maybe 150, maybe 200 before. Then my numbers jumped up to almost 500, and the comments is going. I'm talking about that. It ain't no one or two trolls. It ain't no 3-4 trolls. No, it's people also on their real page in the comments flooding. I'm talking about going crazy. I'm looking at the comments like, what the fuck is going on? Pretty brown eyes sitting next to me. She look over like, why? What's going on? I'm like, I don't know. I'm reading the comments. They like, it was just a joke. It was just a joke. They bringing bad bones to you, Rozay. It's just a joke. The bad bone was, what the comment said was, people was talking shit about me across the damn room. And mind you, first of all, the first bone that came in wasn't even motherfuckers is talking shit. They said, you're being talked about. That's what it was. I'm lying. They said, you're being talked about. That's how it started. You're being talked about. And I'm like, okay. Yeah, they talking about you. And then that's when the other bones, they talking shit. They talking, they saying that you being weird. And motherfuckers talking about they gonna fight you and this, that, and the third. They said, Nisha said that she either gonna have to, if she had to rumble with anybody, it's gonna be the comment. This is the comment. Nisha said if she gonna have to rumble with anybody, it's gonna either be Nina or Rozay. My face went like this, and I looked at her. I looked dead at her. I'm like, and I looked back down. Cause I'm like, ain't no way, right? So then, they like, yeah, if I'm gonna have to squabble up, that's what it was. If I gotta squabble up, it's either gonna be with it's either gonna be with Nina or Rozay. That's what it was. Squabble up. If I gotta squabble up with anybody. So I'm like, I'm not even trying to I'm like, I feel like these is bad bones, bro. Ain't no way. Because they sitting right across the table from us. If that was the case, why didn't they say nothing? So I'm trying to process. I'm like, it must have been a joke or something. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. I was watching. She was joking. So it was said. So my question for the people who were there, was it said? Because my comments is flooding. I go look and Nina live. Nina went from 7 people on her shit to 100. They in the comments telling her that she's being discussed. They're in Nina's comments telling her that Nisha done flipped the camera and is showing her and Tim. I see Nina comments. Nina don't read her comments. I said, Nina, read your comments. She look at them. You could see how they having their phones. Their phones look like niggas is recording people, right? Nina like, I said, hey, don't pay that shit no mind. That's what I tell Nina. Don't pay that shit no mind. Then in my comments, they saying that Nisha was talking about Nina. So my comment said, she look at my phone, we seeing the same shit. They in her live saying it, they in my live saying it. Okay. So then that happens. At that point, Nina's like, I don't like that. Which she's entitled to not like that. That's not a wrong feeling to have when you sit at a table and you don't know that people is across the way either joking and stirring up rumors. Right? And my thing is this. after all the things that has happened on TikTok, right? Out of all the shit that's happened, people that made their mistakes and shit like that, why not tell them that you're recording them? Hey Nina, I'm finna put you on camera. After all the shit that we done been through on MessyTok, right? People doing this, that, and the third. Why not tell them, hey, I'm finna put y'all on camera. What y'all doing over there? There's so many ways you could have played that shit off, joked that shit off. It didn't come off as no joke. If we're the butt of the joke, you see? It's one thing for a person to know that they're a part of a joke and that they can participate. It's another for it to be a one-sided joke and they don't know that they're a part of a joke or that they're being joked on. You see how that can get real sticky? And I understand the idea of, oh, it's MessyTok this, it's MessyTok that. Yeah, but we be on panels and the shit be happening how it happened. I honestly, I don't, and I think I have a great sense of humor. I don't hear the joke. Tim and Nina over there rubbing under the table when they being flirtatious. But so then, here's what's crazy, right? So Nina's like, damn. In my head, I think that at that point, Nina was not uncomfortable. That's my opinion. She ain't told me that. That's my opinion. I feel like she became uncomfortable. And I could understand why. Okay? Now, at a certain point in time, they ask if I'm live. I've been live the whole time. So I'm like, yeah, I'm live. The HB asked me that. I'm live. What page you on? My main page. And I heard her make the announcement, Rozay's live, she on her page. What page is that? I'm like, it's the main page, the garden page. The main page. I feel like we've been around each other long enough to know what the main page is. It's the garden, that's the main page. So I'm like, it's the garden. And so more people started coming into my life. They like, don't let them play with you. They was yapping, they was running their mouth. What? Now, mind you, we're in a restaurant, all this happening. In a goddamn restaurant, right? In a restaurant. At that point, I done shut down. I don't say nothing else. Motherfuckers asking me about my shirt. They asking me about my makeup. I have now shut down. Because I don't know what's going on. And what I don't do is confrontation in public. I don't give a fuck what y'all think, what y'all say, what y'all have to say about it. I don't care. I don't like to be embarrassed in public at any point in time. Rozay don't do that. I don't like that. Okay? I don't like that. Don't embarrass me in public. We can talk about it later. Not in nobody's goddamn establishment. It's a black-owned business. It's June damn 10th. We're not doing this in these people black-owned establishment. No. So I'm ignoring this shit because I'm like, we're not doing it here. We will have in my mind, we'll talk about it when we get about this live. When we get about this restaurant. But I'm reading the comments like, okay, y'all stop. To the point where everybody, even my moms, everybody was like, don't bring nothing else over here. Don't say nothing else. So shout out to my moms for shutting this shit down. They started muting comments. They said, don't bring no negative shit to Rozay. Don't bring her nothing else. Leave her alone. Because I'm disturbed at this point. Because I can't believe that all that shit is being said right across the goddamn table. And my thing is this. I hear my name, but can't hear everything that's being said. I'm hearing my name. So if I'm jumping to conclusions that I'm so glad that I wasn't drinking, that whole situation would have escalated. People would have been yelling and cussing in the damn restaurant. I'm not with none of that. I'm so glad I didn't drink nothing. So glad. And so, Tim goes and brings Nina a shirt. I'm thinking the shirt was brought to her because of her top. Right? She was wearing a corset. Y'all know corsets is going to boost the girls up. It's going to hold them up. But because we're sitting and it's tight, and she first of all, she kept fidgeting with the top. I thought she was uncomfortable about her top. She said to me, she was like, I feel like my titties is dropping out of this top. And so, my first initial thought was she must be changing out of it because, you know, her chest is falling out. She didn't tell me, all right, she didn't tell me that she was going to do nothing, nothing. There was no conversation about none of that shit. But Tim brought her the motherfucking top, right? She put it on. There's still no conversation. So, I gotta go, y'all. About to be late. So, she put on the top. Oh, shit. She put on the top, and I'm like, you feel better? And she was like, yeah, like, I don't feel like my boobs gonna drop out or whatever. Okay, so I guess she's talking to Tim. Whatever their conversation is, I don't know. I'm minding my business. I learned to mind my goddamn business, okay? So, is this lash lifted? Hold on. Yes, it is. So, one thing leads to another. And I feel like I'm missing something because I'm rushing. I feel like I'm missing a part of the story. But, she gets up, and I'm watching her. And I seen her, like, walk over there. Kind of like, whoa. Now, mind you, oh, that's what I'm missing. When I seen that she had shut down, I was telling her, hey, like, don't let nothing get to you. Like, ignore that shit. They just won't miss. Like, don't entertain that shit. That's what I'm telling Nina. I'm like, don't ignore that shit. It's not, I don't even think it's what the fuck they trying to make it out to be. Ignore that shit. And if a motherfucker can't say it to you directly, it ain't respected. That's what I'm telling her. At the table. Because I think niggas want to know what the fuck I was saying to her. That's what I told her. I said it can't be fucking respected. If a motherfucker can't say whatever it is that they claiming is being said, mind you, they sitting right across from you. It's fine. Don't pay that shit no mind. We came to have a good time. I said, basically, water off a duck's back. Don't entertain that shit. Don't let it get you upset. That's what I'm telling her. I got my hand on her leg. I'm telling her, hey, chill. Because I'm realizing that you got to be upset. Because the comments were still doing what the comments was doing. And I had not ended my live. Okay? So that's what I told her. Don't entertain none of that shit. We out here to have a good time. We at an establishment. Okay? And so, at one point, I tried to, like, lighten the mood. And I was, like, tickling between her, like, her chest and shit like that, trying to lighten the mood and play with her and shit like that. I put her on my live, and so I was like, don't she look cute? Just trying to lighten the mood. So, ooh, let me get that fuck off. We gotta go. And so, like I said, fast forward, she get up. I see that she headed over there. I didn't like the movements. I didn't know what she was going to do. She didn't tell me shit. You understand me? She didn't tell me shit. She didn't say, hey, Rozay, I'm going for it. No. There was no conversation. I just didn't like her movements. Okay? I didn't like the movements. And so, when I seen how she was moving, I got up. And then I seen her walking towards a table. And that little walk up to that table was not giving friendly. So I get up. I don't just jump to no damn conclusions though, because then I didn't want to make no fucking scene. So I get up. I'm watching her. And then when I seen her get a little too close to the table, I grabbed her. And so once I grabbed her, hold on, y'all. Once I grabbed her, so I said, you're not doing this. And she was like, Rozay, don't touch me. And I'm like, hey, I get it. We're not doing this. This was all on live, right? All this shit happening quick. My phone is in my hand. All this shit is happening on live. Everybody can hear this shit. Okay? Everybody can hear what the fuck going on. Niggas in the comments, what's going on? Oh no. We walk outside. I mute for the first time my goddamn phone. I mute my phone for the first time. And I'm talking to Nina. And this is what I'm telling Nina. Stop giving them motherfuckers your energy. Don't give them what they want. Get them what they want. These motherfuckers on TikTok is messy as hell looking attention.
Yeah, she don't touch.